Welcome to qnawire.
Here we have a cart with one wheel going up a ramp, one wheel on the straight. The cart has a length of L. The back wheel is moving with the velocity VA, only in the positive I-hat direction. VB will have a component in both the I-hat and J-hat directions since it's on the ramp. So we can write VB will equal the magnitude of VB times the cosine of the angle, so 15 degrees in the I-hat direction, plus the sine of the angle in the J-hat direction. And velocity of A will just be that velocity of A and only in the I-hat direction. So nice and simple so far. We then want to look at the position of B with respect to A. So the position of B with respect to A is L, so the length of this in the I-hat direction, because we're looking at this when it just starts going up that ramp. So we're assuming it hasn't actually risen yet, but it will. And we're going to say that this is rotating then. So it will have some angular velocity of omega in the k-hat direction. We then want to look at VB. So VB itself will have to equal VA plus the velocity of B about A, which will equal the velocity of A plus omega crossed with R of B with respect to A. Well, omega was in the k-hat direction. We don't know what omega itself is yet, but we know it's in the k-hat direction. We know RBA is in the I-hat direction, so k-hat cross with I-hat will be in the j-hat direction. So this gives us VA in the I-hat direction plus omega L in the j-hat direction then. We can then group like terms because VB has a I-hat and j-hat term. So the I-hat terms, which I'll highlight here in red, will be VA equals VB times the cosine of 15 degrees. And we can do the same thing then for the j-hat terms, where we have omega L equals VB times the sine of 15 degrees. And since we don't know what VB is, we want to solve this for omega, and we don't know what VB is, so we want to use these two equations to get rid of VB. So what I can do is just divide the two equations from each other. So I have, I will take the omega L equation and divide it by the VA equation. So we have omega L over VA equals, VB's will cancel out, and I'll get a tangent of my 15 degrees. In other words, omega equals VA over L times that tangent. And if I put all the numbers in here, or that tangent in here, which is the only numbers we have, we get a 0.268 VA over L. And this will be in the counterclockwise direction because B is rising, so that means we're going to rotate counterclockwise.